So, my voice is almost gone. That's actually the result of already 5 presentations that we gave here. The idea of this place is that it's supposed to be a laboratory where we try to investigate actually the influence of interactive digital technology on the theater making process. And I must say that I gave a lot of presentations for the simple reason that a lot of people simply didn't know what a performance engine in our case means, what it is. So this is our final presentation, and I hope that becomes a bit more clear what we're actually doing here. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Joris Weidum. I'm head of the research group Virtual Theater, and I'm part of the research Center for Theater Making Processes at the HKU Faculty of Theater. As a research group, we're very interested in making processes and not necessarily in a product. That's one misunderstanding we hear a lot, that people judge what we have built as a machine for a performance with an audience. So what I'm doing now is actually not what the machine is built for, because you're now an audience and I'm pretending to be a performer. And of course then you demand that everything works perfectly and shows you a certain theatrical experience. That's not the purpose of what we've built. We're interested in making processes. Many people who work with technology know that the technology is not very flexible. It takes quite some time, if you want something complicated, to really build it and test it and make sure it works. The nice thing about theater and theater making processes, or I think creative making processes in general, is that you can improvise much more. You can, if you sketch or you're a dancer, you go on stage and you've got all your tools ready. You can immediately try things out. I think that's also the charm of theater. If those two fields come together, you suddenly have an interesting process where, for example, a programmer is asked to do some interactive motion capture thing with video, because the director has a great idea how that could work with the dancer. And then the programmer disappears for 3 weeks, comes back, and the thing works, and the dancer goes on stage and starts moving in a certain way, and then the director looks at the video and is like, yeah, now that I see this, what I actually would like is this and this. And then the programmer goes home again, it takes another 3 weeks. So what you actually do is that the technology makes the creative flow of what you wanted to try to figure out on stage almost impossible. Now, it would not be fair to say that we're the first ones who know this and are developing a tool for this. Because of course there are a lot of tools already, also in open source, available to artists. You of course have Pure Data, you have like Isadora, which is commercial, but still it's really made for performers to make quick connections to all sorts of media and sensors, which is fantastic. The only problem is that Isadora, for example, is a commercial product, so you need first of all to pay for it. It's not so expensive, so that's not the problem. The problem is if you've got an idea that Isadora cannot do, you have to wait for the developer to actually build a module within Isadora to actually do that for you. What we're producing is completely open source. It's based on MaxMSP, so that's a commercial version of Pure Data. We chose from MaxMSP because it has the possibility to really make a graphical user interface. And that has a very strong reason, which I hopefully can demonstrate today.